とこちらを結ぶゲートと呼ばれる通路が出現し、世界中で常識を超える出来事が起こり始めた。戦うことのできる能力に覚醒した者たちをハンターと呼んだ。
Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our channel, Paws On Animation.
In today's podcast, we're covering the new anime Solo Leveling.
And this new anime is the long-awaited adaptation of the critically acclaimed Korean Manwha of the same name. And we already covered the manhwa last year and highly recommend it. So now it's time to see how the anime holds up with it.
And before we start with that, be sure to like, subscribe, click notifications on future podcasts and multiple pause videos.
And thank you for your support, subscribing, and following us on our social media accounts under Paws On Animation.
Yes.
So we just learned that this season for Solo Leveling is going to be 12 full episodes delivered in two course.
Right.
Two-part core.
Right. So it's almost, actually it's kind of like Spy Family did the first season.
Yes. And it's a TV series based on a web novel before it became a manhwa.
Right.
Of the same name, produced by A1 Pictures and directed by Shunsuke Nagashigi. And it's airing on Crunchyroll exclusively.
Right.
You can't see it anywhere else.
Right. And they air one episode a week on Saturdays, at least in our country. They might do it a little sooner in others. So just want to check your listings in case it's a different time.
So the latest episode aired February 4th, which was Monday. And the next episode will be airing on the 11th.
Right.
So we are looking forward to watching this week's episode, which we haven't yet, but we've watched the first 4, and
right.
Man,
yes.
it's awesome.
Yes. And we really were hoping it was going to be good because, one, we really loved the manhwa. We really loved the manhwa. And only was recommended so much to us, but there was also concern of how they would adapt it. Would they change the country where it takes place? Would the animation be a downgrade from how the artwork looks in the book? And when trailers came out originally, they were not happy of how the main character looked. It didn't look as good or nearly as good as the book. And it ended up taking a long break before they showed more footage, I guess, to maybe clean things up and make it look better. So now we've seen it. It does, right now, stick closely to the manga. I mean, manhwa. I keep saying manga because we've done it so much.
To the book. How about that?
To the book, yeah.
And it is awesome. The original author is Shikong, and the original illustrator was Dubo. The anime itself is written by Noboru Kimura. So someone else writing the script for the anime, as you said, they're really sticking almost one-to-one right now.
Right.
To it, and it looks fantastic, as you can see by the pictures. The book itself looks really good. And it's in black and white, but it's got gorgeous colors and artwork.
Right, when you get to the novelization version, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can see that the anime is taking inspiration from there and trying to really have the same look as the covers of these books. And they've done a great job. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Solo Leveling in case you're not familiar with it. The main character is named Jinwoo, and he is an E-grade or E-level hunter.
Right.
Sung Jinwoo. And he is not rated very high, so
it's like the lowest on the totem pole, basically.
But the weird thing is, an S level is the superior highest rank.
Right, it's like,
so it's
wait.
a little confusing when you first hear it.
I guess they're going by video game standards, like E for effort.
They have A, B, C, D, E, but S is superior.
Yeah.
And then you have B rank, and some of those are healers. So anyway, he became a hunter so he could help take care of his sister. His mom's in the hospital with an unknown illness.
Right.
So he is an adult.
Right.
So he's not a teenager, but his sister's a teen.
Right. He just kind of looks like a teen because sometimes anime cannot get the physical looking age right for some of these characters. Sometimes they're way older than they look, and sometimes they're younger than what they look. It's like, make up your mind. So in here, they do have these set up for at least the first volume of the book. And it opens up a little differently. I guess in case people thought it was going to be boring or too slow, they immediately start you with some other mission, so you know, yes, there's action in here.
And we need to quickly tell them that the hunters have supernatural abilities in this universe. So it's not like Supernatural, the TV series, or watching other anime. They have supernatural abilities, and they're going up against supernatural monsters, creatures, going into dungeons.
Right. And so far, like we said, it's sticking to the book. There still is a lot of drama. Regardless if you've read the original source or you're just watching this for the first time, no idea about it, it still plays out very well, not only by sticking to the story, but making it to the format into where you'll be engaged regardless of your familiarity with it. And each episode ends on a cliffhanger as it would be a chapter, because the chapters are pretty long in the original.
Now, the voice cast is outstanding. Caitlin Glass is the ADR on this anime, and we're going to run down for you quickly the cast.
Right.
Playing the lead character of Jin Woo, you've got Alex Lee.
Yes.
Who you know from everything.
Right.
Tell
Well,
you
not
who
being
he is. He is fantastic. You see a picture of him on here where he's got the novel surrounding him.
Right.
And he's laying in the middle saying, "Save him."
It's hilarious, right?
You've got Ju Jing Ho, who's voiced by Justin Briner. And we won't tell you who some of them are, but he's Jinwoo's best friend.
Right.
You've got Gina, voiced by Rebecca Wong, and she's Jinwoo's younger sister.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll just tell you some more of the cast so you can learn more about the people.
Right.
You've got Danny Chambers, Michelle Rojas, Kent Williams, Reinhold Levy.
Of course, right? He did announce he was
Sabah,
in it.
Ian Sinclair, Sungwon Cho. You've got so many fantastic voice actors. And here's the thing about it. They fit. They absolutely fit the characters. Now we got to talk about the characters because the majority of the characters you see in here have been inspired by other franchises.
Right. Whether it be other anime or Western shows, Western movies, they even make a few references to them in the dialogue. And one of the biggest ones people realize, well, actually two of them. One would be a red-headed character, and I mean literally red, and dresses in red and everything. Looks like Aizen, one of the villains from Bleach, for some reason. And the second one would be, what's the one? The one that looks like Lionel from Thundercats. Yeah.
A-E-K, yes. And he looks like a glowed up, if you can imagine it, Lionel.
Right.
So, of course, he's one of the favorites. And then you also have the one who you said looks like Fushiguro.
Oh, yes, there was
That's why I
one.
said 3.
Okay. Yeah, there was one character that came in that looked like they were possibly from the government or something, and one of the second guy looked like Fushiguro because it was the same hairstyle exactly, and the face looked awfully similar.
And you should be seeing this picture now. But you said, that's just Fushiguro. They just took Fushiguro and put it in this anime.
because that wasn't how it looked in the book, so they just like, let's throw in another reference.
So the opening and the ending, the music is fantastic.
Yep.
They really went all out to make this not only appealing, but interesting and engaging.
Yes, definitely. And so far, it is one of the best premieres of 2024.
Definitely.
We had a lot of great hit animes and movies and things last year. You barely had any stinkers, but this one is already probably a contender for anime of the year, especially with the fan base already behind it. And as it goes on, we do know they're going to introduce some more characters. We know some might get taken out, but new ones are introduced in from other countries.
Yes.
And that'll probably get to either the end of the season or season 2. And we'll tell you, it is a little weird because they have hunters around the world. But since this series was made in Korea, South Korea, majority of the characters and hunters you see are Korean. Eventually they'll get in Japanese hunters, they'll get Chinese hunters. Only one American hunter so far. And that's pretty much it. They don't really go all over the world. They kind of just go from particular places where there's just a high amount of hunters. So it's kind of like with JJK and the sorcerers being only particular places. So that'll definitely leave open for more dub VAs to join the cast too.
It's interesting you said that because Crunchyroll is streaming the series in North America, Central America, South America, Europe, Africa, Oceania, and the Middle East, CIS, and India. So hopefully hopefully they'll have hunters from all of those areas.
Right, eventually.
And we mentioned the opening theme is called Level by Sawano and Tomorrow X Together, or Tomorrow Together actually, you don't pronounce the X. While the ending theme is Request by Kragi. And Crunchyroll licensed the series outside of Japan, China, and South Korea. And Media Link licensed the series in Southeast Asia and Oceania, except in Australia and New Zealand. So they don't get to see this anime.
Right, they're gonna have to find other ways to go see it.
There's a ton of fan art online, as well as official art and promotional art that you can see on Twitter X. Go on there, and if you're not familiar, just type in Solo Leveling and see it all come up. You'll see a lot of comments on people who've watched it, either just the anime or who've both read the manhwa and watched the anime as we have and are currently doing for both.
Right.
But it really is exciting. The episode prior to this, episode 5, or is it episode 4?
Yes,
Episode 4.
Yeah.
He consistently levels up depending on the challenges he gets. We don't want to ruin too much of it for you.
Yes.
And so now, where he's leveling up, exercising is what has taken over Twix.
Right.
But there's more to it than this. It's not fan service. It's just them showing you. You get a little treat of him working out and building up and becoming stronger, but that is not what the manhwa is about. So don't see that and go, oh, this is just fan service. It isn't. It's just what people like seeing.
They even made
but
a
it's
joke.
A very serious anime.
Right.
It's
Definitely.
action, fantasy, even elements of horror.
Right. And they definitely do make a little joke out of this, because that was one of the biggest things about the book, was how different he looks over the course of him taking all of these exercises and training. He looks like a totally different character. And the term they always like to use for it is that he glows up. So when they actually have the part in the anime where it's leading to him looking different, like before the episode ends in one of the battles, he literally starts glowing, and by the end of the episode, he looks a little different. So they literally put in that he glowed up as a reference to all the fans saying he glowed up in just a few chapters.
So if you want to read Solo Leveling, it's 14 volumes, and as we mentioned, the anime is going to be 24 episodes split into 2 cores of 12 each. Check them both out. It's worth your time. It's going to be one of the most exciting manhwas you've read, and one of the most exciting animes classical set of the year.
Right.
Available exclusively on Crunchyroll's full stream. If you've watched Solo Leveling the anime, either one or all of the episodes, let us know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't, get over there now.
Right.
Watch it. You're missing out. There is something for everyone, regardless of the type of anime genres you tend to like. They kind of have sneaked in a little bit of a lot of genres with the characters that are in here.
Right.
Whether it's the hunters or the secondary characters that are family members or and so forth.
Right.
So just go ahead and watch it.
Right. And if you haven't already, subscribe for updates and music videos, favorite anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Yes, and again, thank you so much for watching. If you have something you want us to check out, especially new anime and manga, let us know in the comments below.
Right. So, thank you so much for watching. I'm Mask Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a toontastic day.
Peace.